Hey, what's going on, comic book community? I want to welcome you back to another comic book call. And I can say that without a doubt, this is actually one of the most expensive comic book calls that I have ever done. So if you don't see me posting videos for the next couple of months, you know why. The reason being is these books that I picked up. And if you've seen the thumbnail, you'll kind of understand why. And I just want to say that I never actually intended to pick these books up, and it just happened to coincide with the movie trilogy. But let's go ahead and get started. First up, with all the craze on the what's it called, Marvel What If series, I managed to pick this book up at a half price booth for only $1.25, and that's Ultimate Fantastic Four number 22. I believe this is the first full appearance of the Marvel Zombies, but the true Marvel Zombie key issue is the actual self-titled series of Marvel Zombies. And I also managed to pick this up in a $5 bin that they keep. Batman number 497, Bane breaks Batman's back. And it's no secret that one of the bigger books that I picked up happens to have this character. And as the actual title of the video, this is mostly going to be upgrades and getting books where low grades are better than no grades. And with Court of Owls heating up thanks to the Batman movie, you might as well go ahead and pick up some more of the issues. I've upgraded my new 52 Batman number 1 with the Ethan Van Sciver 1 in 25 variant. I finally was able to pick this up at a decent price, seeing as how most of the comic book shops in my area are asking anywhere from $75 to $100 for this, and I only managed to pick this up for $45. Next up, it's Batman number 2 from the new 52, the first appearance of Talon William Cobb, the 1 in 25. I believe this is the Jim Lee variant, so it can't help to pick up some of the key issues. Now, these next books I managed to pick up at the movie trading company, and this also goes back to the Batman Detective Comics number 683, the first appearance of the Iceberg Lounge. Um, what's funny is that most people don't really take into account like locations being as key issues, but seeing as how it played a predominant part in the movie, and it's one of the bigger stages when it comes to the Batman Arkham City games, and this is the where it first appears. The money book in this issue obviously is the DC Universe logo variant, but even that's getting super hard to find. Next up is the second appearance of the Iceberg Lounge number 684. This one also kind of goes hand in hand because most people tend to speculate that what he took in the movie is this, but really logically it's only an adrenaline shot. And that's Legends of the Dark Knight number 91, the first mention of Venom. And I finally managed to find a newsstand copy of Batman number 475, the first appearance of Renee Montoya. What's funny is that I normally don't shop at movie trading company anymore when it comes to comics, seeing as for the longest time they just don't tend to restock their bins, and most of the people that normally shop there usually only shop in the dollar section. But what's funny is that ever since I've been finding more of the key issues in the dollar section, that's when most of the other comic book collectors tend to shop in that section, and they just ran it dry. They don't bother even shopping in the normal priced, or I would say the more run heavy sections where it's normal price. And as of right now, they kind of missed out, seeing as how I found all these books. Next up is Batman number 436, the first appearance of Tim Drake. This one is actually the best condition copy that I have of this book. And right now it's going anywhere from $15 to $20. issue number 437, year 3, part 2, 438, year 3, part 3 of 4, and year 3, part 4 of 4, number 439. Have you seen my comic book haul video a couple of, I think it's the two, either last one or two ago, where I managed to find this at that cool new comic book shop that just opened? And finding this book as like a joy, but I already found that previous copy for $15, and I just so happened to realize that when I opened it, it was the third printing, which in its own way, it's what it does go for, because the third printing is actually more scarce than the second printing. But I actually had to open this up at the store at the very second that I found it, just to make sure. But I finally found a first printing of this, the Dark Knight Triumphant from the Dark Knight Returns number 2. I only managed to find that for $5. Now comes the big books that I managed to pick up. Now this character kind of just seems to have faded off, seeing as how his movie adaptation really wasn't that good, and the CW shows are kind of winding down, so there's really no chance of this character showing up again. They just managed to find a way to fit him in the upcoming Flash movie. But for the most part, this is one of the books that just seems to dry up anytime it happens to pop up online or at comic book shops, and nobody really seems to be talking about this anymore. But I've actually been after this book for years, and that's All-Star Western number 10, the first appearance of Jonah Hex. I managed to get this for a really good deal from a local dealer, and I just gotta say, man, like, even in the condition that it's in, like, I'm not really too keen on being precise with my grading, but this, I would grade it at around a 5.0, because the color breaking right here, but the rest of the book is actually in pretty good condition. Now here's where we get into the bigger ones. I finally managed to get my copy of the first printing, Batman Vengeance of Bay number 1. I managed to pick that up for a good deal. Now this is one of the upgrades, and I couldn't ask for a bigger upgrade than what I showed off previously, and that's Batman number 189, the first Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow. The only real problem with this is just that tear right there. Like, it's not really that appealing, but this is a massive upgrade from the issues that I had before. Now, I managed to actually get this book for free because I managed to get my hands on a gift card, and they were asking, I would say, a fair price for this, considering that this is really a really low grade copy of this book. But even in low grade, it's better than no grade. That's Batman number 234, the first appearance of Two-Face in the Silver Age. Now this next book is easily one of the most expensive books that I have ever purchased. And most people that know me know that when it comes to just putting down $100 on any book whatsoever, for me, just, it's like a gut punch. But I'm kind of satisfied with it for the condition that I got it for. But it's also like one of the most heartbreaking, because I had to part with so much money just to get it. But finally, I was able to add this key issue to my collection, and that's Batman number 232, the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul. And if you guys have managed to pick up on it already, these are the villains that partook in the Nolan trilogy of The Dark Knight, which is one of my favorite trilogies in cinema, next to the original Star Wars. But let me know what you guys think of this comic book haul. I just want to thank all of you for keeping watching and supporting. Just heads up, guys, and just keep posting and, just keep doing your things, guys. All right, thanks.